When I read that, I kind of feel like my toes just got stepped on a little bit. He's telling them, though you should be a teacher by now, you're not qualified to be a teacher. You're still a baby. You're still taking the milk of faith. Says that they were pretty much content with their status quo faith. They didn't feel the need to go beyond that. In other words, they fed on milk when what they should be feeding on was solid food. Well, let's just talk about milk for a minute. I don't particularly happen to like milk. It's not a drink. Yeah, I think it's disgusting. Yeah, it's gross, but it does a body good. And nothing against the dairy farmers of America or anything like that, but I don't like milk. However, it's one of the things in the world that is pretty significant for the nutrition of the whole world. Even in fact, it in and of itself is a complete and healthy diet for a newborn. A mom even produces it to be able to nurse her child. However, at about 4, 5, 6 months. I think that's right. I don't have any kids, so I don't know this for sure. But 4, 5, 6 months, you start introducing new things into the baby's diet. Maybe a little bit of sweet potatoes, maybe some apples, maybe some peaches, green beans even, all things like that that are nice, bright colors. And so you start giving them to kids, and they begin to maybe, you have to use a spoon, and maybe they just smack their lips a little bit to try to swallow a few bites, but they start eating. They start, on solid foods. Well, then, a child has arrived when they're, they start having teeth, and they're about, 8 months old, and they're sitting in a high chair, and they've got the Cheerio, and they smash it down in their hand, and they can, feed themselves. This is success for an infant, right? A child, a little baby. Okay, so in this moment, she has learned how to feed herself. She's become independent. She has learned that if she's hungry and if there's food there, she's going to take it and she's going to put it in her mouth. Well, at this age of development, a child is still going to probably from time to time, settle down in mom or dad's arms, drink a bottle, have some milk, passively settle in to receive some nutrition. But the goal is not to be fed on milk throughout one's entire life. Well, if we make this into the spiritual analogy that's going here, milk equals being unskilled in the word of righteousness. Now, they have basic understanding. They have a core faith. He's not saying that. But what he's saying is it's leaving a little something to be desired. They're not being the righteous people of God that they're being called to be. And feeding on milk for them was symbolizing that they were not showing the marks of maturity. In this spiritual analogy, they're urged to feed on solid foods instead of milk. Once a person starts eating solid food, they become bigger and stronger. Like I said, they can become independent. They can determine, they can use their mind, my stomach's growling, I should go eat. Not all the time your stomach growls probably, but, at 12 and at 5 and, maybe before bedtime, eat your little snack. And I can control my own destiny here when it comes to my food. I am sustainable here by myself. No longer are you dependent upon your mom to feed you when she feels like the time is right. Well, I don't know if anybody here has ever had to go on a liquid diet for some reason. Maybe you were sick, or you had even your braces or surgery or something like that where you had to go on a liquid diet. It's not the best if you've ever had to do this before. It's something that usually when people go on a liquid diet, even they lose weight, they just can't get enough nutrition from liquid in order to be sustained for very long. But I think that's what some of us do spiritually sometimes. I think that we keep getting fed with the foundations of our faith, the milk, but we hesitate for a variety of reasons to go deeper, to eat the solid food. Solid food here represents maturity. It says faculties trained by practice to distinguish good from evil. Now, that's not a phrase we would use very often, but what that means is it's that once we're taking in the solid food of faith, we're able to discern what is best, what God's will is, what the teachings of Scripture mean as we begin to take in some of these solid foods. We begin to take steps into maturity. Now, I know some of you are sitting there saying, I don't really want to be mature. I kind of like my life just how it is. I like making the decision. I like people taking care of me. I like being able to just, play the, hey, I'm just a kid card, Well, while that's fine for a season, there does come a point that maturity is expected. You've all seen Failure to Launch. There does come a time where maturity is expected and is actually a desirable thing. Where you can begin to process your thoughts and discern to know what is good from what is bad. Those words aren't very fun words, but they reveal the ultimate goal of why we should take the next step. This rebuke that the author of Hebrews is giving to the people comes from their lack of maturity. He's kind of, doing the whole shamey thing with them. You should be a teacher. And yet, you're not ready to be a teacher yet. You are still drinking milk. You need to move on to solid food. I think there's a couple things in there that we could learn from. One, part of why I think that he's giving them a little rebuke is because they're draining resources. They're taking up these elementary teachings so that other new people who might be able to come into the community aren't able to. And I think also, it's a missed opportunity for those themselves to be able to learn how to process the solid food of faith. And so they're missing out themselves on those opportunities as well.